Well, hello, BD Nation. It's Chad Chung here, and welcome to another episode of CBD 101 with Dr. Sharma, guys. In the meantime, why don't you put in the chat group where you are tuning in from? And today, guys, we're gonna do Q&A. So make sure you get your questions ready for Dr. Sharma to answer any question you have relating to our amazing ALLUR products. But first on Facebook, we have John Gelati, the first in to type in a message, our president from Atlanta in the building. We got Angela Thomas saying CBD high five, love it. She loves that. Christina from Melbourne, that's Christine from Melbourne is in. Silky Diamond from San Diego. And our chats on Zoom, it is being sent to our host, which is Shannon right now. So Shannon, I don't read the messages. If you can let me be host so I can see the chats as well, that would be fantastic. But in the meantime, for everyone that is on Facebook, if you could please put in your questions for Dr. Sharma. But I'm gonna bring on Dr. Sharma for a second to say hello to everybody, to share a little bit. But on our Zoom right now, I see a lot of people with your cameras on. Fantastic. Carmenza, hello. Shannon, again, hello. Monica's, we have two Monica's, Phoebe, Diana's, Anna, good to see all of you. Natty, good to see you. Mark, good to see you. Good to see all of you guys. So Spanish translation is in our Zoom room, and we have Spanish translation. So come on. And after Dr. Sharma CBD 101, we are gonna have our mind mover training, followed by Jet Boynaluz, our president, two-star president, coming to give the training. So with that being said, I'm going to bring on Dr. Sharma right now, guys. If you don't know, Dr. Sharma is the man in CBD. All I got to say, anything to do with CBD, Dr. Sharma is the man. He's seen over 35,000 patients specializing for CBD. He had multiple clinics all throughout the US, and he is, in my opinion, the foremost expert in CBD. He's also been a cardiac surgeon, and now he's turned to alternative medicine. With that being said, Dr. Sharma, thank you for being on with CBD 101, again with ByDzyne. How are you doing today, sir?
Good, Chad. How are you?
Hey, I am doing fantastic. Everyone's commenting on how amazing our products are. But before we get into the 101, CBD 101 today with the questions, please start posting your questions in the chat group. Please start posting your questions in Facebook. But in the meantime, Dr. Sharma, if you can share a little bit about our ALLUR, especially about our goodbye stress and sleep, and the importance of terpenes as we start getting questions, I would love for you to share. So over to you, Dr. Sharma.
You bet, you bet. So as we've talked about before, CBD is an incredible molecule. Works with receptors in our body, several receptors, and terpenes work with CBD to accentuate the effects. So it enhances the effects on the body and mind that CBD already is amazing for, whether it's inflammation, whether it has to do with mental health, controlling our metabolism, sugar control, lipid metabolism. As CBD works in so many different areas, and terpenes will enhance the effects of CBD.
Fantastic. Well, I would need you to kind of share a little bit of each of the products as we're waiting for some questions to be posted here, Dr. Sharma.
Sure.
In the
So
meantime,
the goodbye.
Go ahead, Dr. Sharma.
No. So just to talk about, so the goodbye stress is amazing for anxiety, because it not only with CBD, it will help decrease stress by affecting different neurotransmitters in the brain, both GABA and serotonin. So it is a de-stressor. And the CBD, the terpenes that are within the goodbye stress, just accentuate the effects that CBD will have on the mind. When it comes to sleep, when it comes to the sleep product, sleep, as we get older, our circadian rhythms are out of balance. And the goal for the CBD with terpenes is to restore that circadian rhythm so your sleep cycle will be balanced again.
Love it. Okay, we got a question that came in, Dr. Sharma. All right. What is the most effective way to use our CBD? Is it the oral or the topical? How do I choose between the two?
So great question. If it's related with pain, using them together is important, right? Using the tincture to help take care of the inflammation throughout the body, along with the topical, with the balm, because the balm will help with pain receptors right where it hurts, like the knee or the hip. When you take the tincture, it's going to work throughout your body. When it comes to the goodbye stress and sleep, that's strictly by tincture or by ingesting, and that's really the only way to do those two products. But if it's associated with pain, then either one of the ALLUR, either the broad spectrum or the full spectrum, along with a balm, to use them together is really the best way to do it.
Love it. All right. The next question we have, Dr. Sharma, is does the dose of our CBD goodbye stress and sleep change with age and weight?
So it will, everyone's different. When it comes to dosage, really the best thing to do is to take one full dropper of the tinctures. Usually you'll notice the effects within about 45 minutes to an hour, and those effects should last up to 8 hours. And the best way to judge dosing, most adults should start with that one full tincture, one full dropper. If you're doing it for women that are petite or younger adults that are less in weight, you may want to start with a half a dropper. But usually, everyone's so unique. You have to play with the dosing so that you use it as best for yourself. I've noticed that some people will have the results or the effects stay within their body and mind for up to 12 hours. So you really just have to play with the tinctures for yourself, to be specific.
Great. Now, to add on to that question, another question came in is that they said, I quote, I hear that CBD works best when there's a tiny amount of THC. I see that our full spectrum does have THC, but our broad spectrum does not. Which one would I choose? Which one would I choose over the other?
So both the full spectrum and broad spectrum are great products for pain relief. It's an urban legend that you have to have a little bit of THC for CBD to be effective. THC and CBD are interacting with different receptors in the body. So let's just get rid of that myth that you have to have a small amount of THC for CBD to be effective. There's absolutely no science behind it because there are two specific receptors. CB1 is the receptor for THC. CB2 is a receptor for CBD. So now the full spectrum, if you don't have any issue with THC, a minuscule amount of THC, whether it's due to employment, the amount of THC in the ALLUR product is so small that it's not going to have any psychoactive effects on your body. But if people are worried about, whether if your employment relies on being tested, drug tested, the THC can show up in your system with the full spectrum product.
And I love this next question. And today, Dr. Sharma, we have a lot of new people coming on. I see a lot of new names. One of the question, which I like actually, for someone who's kind of new to this space, the question he asked is, what is the big deal with CBD? I use Tiger Balm. Like, why is CBD so popular? Why is it trending so much? Is it a real thing or is it just a fad? What is the big deal?
The big deal is that we actually have receptors for CBD in our body. Our immune system, every single cell of our immune system has a receptor for CBD to decrease inflammation. So by taking CBD, you're decreasing the inflammation through your body, because when your body goes through stress or some form of, exercise or anything that can cause inflammation in your body pumps out, your immune system pumps out chemicals called cytokines, which cause the inflammation process to proceed. CBD actually shuts down the production of cytokines, thereby decreasing inflammation. So it's a real thing. And in terms of CBD also interacts, as we've talked about in the past, with other receptors in the body, and actually will help with things as diverse as sugar metabolism, lipid metabolism. It'll help decrease the angiogenesis that happens with people that have cancers. It will help reset our circadian rhythms. So it's a real thing.
That's awesome. And BD Nation on Facebook or on Zoom, if you have a testimonial, please type it out, because it's important for people to know how our CBD has affected each single one of you. For me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my testimonial. I used the full spectrum and I used the balm, and I try to exercise more and more, and it's getting hard as ByDzyne obviously is growing bigger and faster. But I did have a little short sprint of playing basketball in the morning at my kid's school. The basketball starts at 6 a.m. till 7:30, so we wake up at 5:30 to play basketball at the school. And I remember going to play the basketball without the CBD, and my body would ache the next day. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed, and I'll be like, man, this never used to happen when I was in high school. Kind of a wake-up call to let my body letting me know my age. Recently, when I started using the full tincture and started using the ALLUR balm, before and during and after, with the balm especially, I virtually I don't feel the pain, especially when I play golf, and Dr. Sharma's a golfer and I'm a golfer. I take a full dropper before the game. I rub the balm on my shoulder because I had tendonitis in my shoulder. I rub the balm on my shoulder. And after 9 holes, I can kind of feel the pain. After 18, I know I played 18. But now, for myself personally, everyone can be different. But for myself personally, after playing 18 holes, I had zero. And I'm not just trying to stress it, but I really had zero feeling that I played 18 and I could actually go out and play 18 ago. It makes me feel like when I was 16 and I would play 36 holes and keep on playing till it's dark. So for me, I really love our CBD, and I use it a lot because it's one of the perks of being the owner. I have it around me all the time. So that's my testimonial. And hey, Dr. Sharma, can you comment to that testimonial? Like, is that exactly how the CBD should work, and why am I feeling this kind of results?
Absolutely, because you're decreasing the amount of inflammation that your body would produce when you're doing the exercise, whether it's basketball or golf. You're using different joints, different muscles, but CBD will actually help decrease the inflammation, like I said, throughout the body. So absolutely, if you do it before that kind of activity, you're going to have less pain, less inflammation, whether it's later on that day or the following day.
Love it. And we have some testimonials here. Silky Carpenter, she has her horses, and she says, my mare absolutely loves our broad spectrum peppermint CBD. She loves the taste, but plus it really helps her calm down. And so I remember Silky sharing with us that her horse had some kind of injury. Is that right, Silky? And the horses just love our CBD and made it much better for the horse. Another testimonial, Craig Stickling from Australia. He's a pro golfer, by the way, Dr. Sharma.
Wow.
So yeah, he says the full spectrum is awesome before going to sleep, and the balm is amazing for back pain for golfers. That's me. All right, another question. We have Angela Thompson asks, does it help with blood pressure?
It does help with blood pressure. There are other cannabinoids that work a little bit better, but this will definitely help with blood pressure control. Everyone's going to be different. Usually, when you talk about the systemic effects with, say, diabetes, usually people will notice that their sugars are better controlled each time they check by anywhere from 20 to 40 points. And blood pressure, it'll vary with each individual, but the reason why we get a high blood pressure is because of the hardening of the arteries, and by decreasing inflammation, you're decreasing that plaque buildup within the arteries. So absolutely, great question.
Thank you. We have another question here from ALLUR. She says, is CBD, should that be a daily routine or only use it when we have any pain or inflammation?
So there gets to a point when as we age, when we usually hit around 40, where anytime that we do some strenuous activity, you're gonna feel that sort of discomfort or muscle ache, pain in the joints. So really recommended that it be used on a regular basis. Usually start with twice a day to see if the inflammation or the effects last up to 12 hours. If they don't last up to 12 hours, you can go to 3 times a day.
Love it. Okay, this is a really good question. And for people who are not in the CBD space, they may think that our product is expensive. For people who is in the CBD space knows that our product is very inexpensive. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually had a doctor who, not Dr. Sharma, but another doctor who came to my house who wanted to know more about the business. And one thing that she said to me straight away was like, why are you selling this quality product so cheap? And that's really cool because I've been in network marketing for over 20 years. And generally speaking, people will be like, why is your product so expensive? And the reason why we started ByDzyne, ladies and gentlemen, is to have a top quality products at an affordable price. That was my mission. And that's one of the reasons why we're growing fast, is because a lot of people see our products and be like, hey, that's priced pretty well. So Dr. Sharma, can you speak on it? And I know we talked about this in the past, but how is CBD regulated, and why are there so many products online? And you and I know, and you shared this with me, and I'll let you say that, why is so many products sold online that might not have the quality like what we have? And how do we protect ourselves knowing that we're spending money on real quality CBD instead of snake oil, as you shared with me?
So labels, being able to assess labels, and then if a company like ByDzyne backs up its product with what's called a certificate of analysis, or C of A, there are hundreds and hundreds of companies out there that are selling products, and they'll put a fairly large number on their bottle in terms of how many milligrams of CBD it is, but they may be using CBD isolate, which is a much more inferior product, doesn't last in your body as long in terms of pain relief, usually lasts about an hour, hour and a half at best. But it's important to, one, go with a company like ByDzyne that has C of A's on their website to tell people what's exactly in the product, and then be able to read the label. When we talked about whether it's a better product is a product that uses CBD distillate, which, whether it's broad spectrum or full spectrum, because that product will affect your body up to 8 hours, whereas most people use shortcuts when they're making products, and they use CBD isolate, which is in some places is much cheaper than distillate, and then they will hike the price up because they're saying that it's a much higher milligram dose. But again, it has to do with how bioavailable it is in your body, how long it lasts, and if they back up their product with a certificate of analysis, or C of A. Great question.
Love it. And BD Nation out there, you can download our certificate of analysis, the C of A, to see exactly what we have in our CBD. And that's one of the reasons why our CBD is so potent. We actually have people who are non-network marketers, non-business people buying our product on a regular basis because of what I call the platinum standard. You know, my goal in ByDzyne, ladies and gentlemen, is for you to share a product one time and for that product to be such a amazing quality product that your friends, your customers, your brand ambassadors will keep on buying it because of what it does. I've been in companies where you have to keep on selling and selling and selling, and it's hard to create a residual income when you got to sell and sell and sell. But when you got an amazing product where you share, there's a huge difference between selling and sharing that people want is share and want instead of sell and convince. We are a company that is to share and want. And here's some more testimonials. Dr. Sharma, Jane Tennis goes, I fell face first at the hospital and instant pain and swelling on a Saturday. My face had a huge bump and my knees hurt horribly. Used the ALLUR balm, and on Sunday, my knees hurt mildly, face swelling and pain all gone by Thursday. So that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Thank you, Jane. She's awesome. Okay, Melissa Springer says, does the CBD help with balancing hormones?
It does affect certain hormones, absolutely. If you look at it, the most important one that it'll help is with thyroid in terms of metabolism, because CBD has a really potent effect on both sugar and lipid metabolism. So that's a great question.
Thank you. Okay, we got another testimonial here from Tara Satterfield. She says, testimonial, I am 51 years old with rheumatoid arthritis, and when it flares up, I have not found anything to deal with the pain. I used the ALLUR CBD balm and the broad spectrum and was pain-free for almost the next 24 hours. Absolutely shocking to experience. I love it.
That's great.
All right. Another question I have, okay, from Mark. Taken internally, what is the efficacy relating to autoimmune disease? Hold on. Autoimmune disease, specifically Hashimoto disease, thyroid disease. Anyway,
so
do a quick disclaimer, Dr. Sharma. Can you do a quick disclaimer?
Sure. So the FDA has not tested or reviewed or says that CBD is effective to diagnose, treat, or cure any illness. But when it comes to autoimmune disorders, think of your immune system like a seesaw. And when you have an autoimmune disorder, your immune system is working overtime, creates inflammation, creates the problems within your body. Hashimoto's thyroiditis is an inflammatory problem, and CBD will help decrease that inflammatory response. So CBD can be really helpful in autoimmune disorders. A great question.
Thank you. I had no idea what that was, but I'm glad that I'm not the doctor. All right. Dr. Sharma, here's another question. Where's the question? Okay, is CBD effective for aggressive behavior? Again, which formula would be more effective? Goodbye stress or the broad spectrum, original broad spectrum formula?
So Goodbye Stress will really help deal with anxiety, generalized anxiety. You know, when it comes to sort of aggressive behavior, that's a very specific issue. The Goodbye Stress will definitely, with the terpenes that it has in it, help deal with the generalized anxiety or stress that could trigger the aggressive behavior. That's really the best way I can answer that question.
All right. And Gabriella has a question, and it's quite funny. She goes, this might sound funky, but both I and one of my dogs take the CBD for anxiety. Have you tested it on pets? Will it work on them too?
So absolutely, CBD works on pets just as well as we've had testimonials with dogs, horses. The metabolism is really the same. They have the same receptors. So they just vary in size, right? I mean, you can have a small dog that weighs maybe 4 or 5 pounds versus a horse that can weigh 400 pounds. So, or even higher. So, but it is very effective in pets.
Okay, great, great, great. Any more testimonials? Any question, please send it to me on Facebook or on the Zoom chat. And if you're typing it in Spanish, I apologize. I don't read Spanish. So maybe go to Google Translate, copy it into English and paste it, and I can ask you that question. But I think this is it's a Spanish question, but I think I understand it in Spanish. It says, does the CBD accelerate your metabolism?
So CBD works to really create balance, and it will help with sugar metabolism. It makes your insulin more effective by decreasing the resistance, because inflammation will create insulin resistance. It helps with lipid metabolism. So in those ways, it will help your metabolism.
Love it, love it. Okay. This next question is, which is great for kids, at what age, and which product and what amount of dosage is the recommendation?
Right. I mean, kids really don't have huge complaints about inflammation or pain. They're out there running around. I think the biggest issue would probably be with anxiety, and you notice that, or stress, and you notice that really in teenagers. You have to really adjust the dose due to their decreased weight. So probably recommend decreasing the dosage to half a dropper in most teenage kids.
Okay. Next question, gluten allergy. Can people with gluten allergy use our CBD products?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So there's no gluten in any of the products. It'll actually, the CBD will help decrease sort of the pain, bloating that they can get from the food allergy. So absolutely, great question.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you, I'm getting a lot of testimonials or message backs that they love our goodbye stress and sleep, the small tinctures that we can share with other people. The taste of it is pretty awesome as well. Next question, Dr. Sharma, is, okay, ooh, I just lost it. Okay, the next question is, oh yeah, here we go. Reading the labels. I know we did a whole episode, and ladies and gentlemen, I urge you, if CBD is something very important for you, if this is episode 19, wow, episode 19 with Dr. Sharma, if you go to our United ByDzyne resource website, so just unitedbydesign.com, and you click on the product of ALLUR, you can see all the 19 episodes that Dr. Sharma has gone through. One of the episodes is about reading labels. That's very important. There's episodes on isolate and distillate. And a follow-up question came on, Dr. Sharma, and I know they can go and watch the episode, but can you just quickly share with us, or not quickly, can you share with us the difference between the isolate and distillate? I know you shared about it a second ago, but do you mind just expanding a little bit about, hey, why is an isolate cheaper than a distillate, or vice versa?
So yeah, that's a great question. CBD distillate is really, when you look at distillation, it will have more of the essential oils that are found in hemp as an extract, whereas an isolate is pure CBD. The pure CBD is effective, but it's not going to be effective for a very long. And usually the effectiveness lasts about an hour to an hour and a half. Whereas the distillate, because there are other essential oils in there, and the way that it's absorbed in the body, it will last up to 8 hours. So that's really the huge difference in terms of effectiveness in our bodies.
Love it. Okay, some couple more questions, ladies and gentlemen, couple more testimonials, and we're gonna let Dr. Sharma go in the next 5 minutes. So if you have any last questions or testimonials, please let me know. All right, some quick questions. Can pregnant women use CBD?
Yeah, so THC does affect, and it's really contraindicated, but CBD is not an issue when it comes to pregnancy. It's not really going to help you with nausea or controlling that. But so THC is definitely contraindicated in pregnant women. CBD is not an issue.
Okay. Next question is, how does CBD help with fibromyalgia?
So fibromyalgia has to do with you have pain. It's a neuropathy usually, and it's caused by the inflammation with what covers our nerves. And CBD will help decrease the pain that you have with fibromyalgia by decreasing that inflammatory process that's occurring along the nerves. Great question.
All right. And I think we're down to our second last question. All right. Good question here. ByDzyne has 4 products: full spectrum, broad spectrum, our goodbye stress, and our sleep. Which one do I take? What is for what? I don't know which one to take.
Sure. So goodbye stress is really easy to understand. Anybody that suffers from generalized anxiety or stress disorder, that's really what they should take. If you have an issue with sleep, that's what you should take in terms of helping restore your circadian rhythms, and so that you have a good night of sleep. The broad spectrum and full spectrum are great products when it comes to inflammation or pain, as is the balm. So that's how I would answer that question.
That's a good way to put it. That's
yeah.
For everyone that's on right now, guys, we want to say thank you, Dr. Sharma, for coming on and making yourself available with answering all these questions. So everybody, can you drop some hearts for Dr. Sharma and say thank you for him? He's extremely busy.
Oh, my pleasure.
Dr. Sharma, thank you so much for coming on and giving us your time to share with us. We can't wait to be back and around so that we can go on tours and go on events and for people to meet you live in person.
Yeah, I look forward to it, Chen. My pleasure.
Well, thank you so much, and everyone's so happy to see you. I'm excited for you being part of the ByDzyne board, advisory board, and thank you once again for your time.
My pleasure.
Perfect. So, guys, we're just going to stop Facebook Live right now. Facebook Live people, please come back in about 20 minutes for our Monday updates, our corporate update, followed by training none other than 2-star President Jet Boynaluz. And for everybody else who's on our on our Zoom, so bye-bye Facebook. Everyone else who's on our Zoom, guys, I'm going to hang around with you for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to take a 10-minute coffee break. During this time in 10 minutes, if anybody have any questions, you can post it here and I can answer you while we have our 10-minute break in about 10 minutes before our corporate call. Good to see everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Sharma, for being on.
My pleasure.